What are you waiting on? It's the Scott Ford Show.
You know, as I sit here and record this part right now, I'm obviously playing around with different studio environments. This is the city of Chicago behind me. You know, I never script my shows at all in any way, shape, or form, but that's why I'm always playing with my collars. And I don't have one right now. But I just want to talk about life a little bit. I don't know if this will be an entire episode or just a quick segment, but I don't know what it is lately, but something I feel has been awakened within me. And I'm not trying to sound trippy. I'm not trying to sound all tarot card type of thing. I'm really not, but I really have awakened lately. And I guess the only thing I can equate it to is I had a big birthday, and I don't know if it's just the circle of life possibly that's not getting to, and by the way, it's not getting to me in a negative way. There's a slight negativity, but not negative in the sense of being bah humbug negative. What I mean is the impending death that will one day happen to all of us. Now that sounds extremely morbid, and I don't mean it to be morbid in any way, shape, or form, but I mean it to be enlightening. So please take these words seriously, because I mean them sincerely with my heart. I'm speaking from my heart right now. You look at you're a child, and then obviously you have your parents, and then you got your grandparents, and then possibly great-grandparents, and then the cycle of life works through where if there's no accidents, great-grandparents die, and then grandparents die, and then it cycles through, and now parents die, and with each step you get closer to that, I guess we'll call it a finish line. It's not a race anybody necessarily wants to win. And I think as you get closer to that finish line, now obviously, hopefully I'm not anywhere near that finish line, especially the things I do to take care of myself on a daily basis. And I will be going over that, but because I want everybody to live a good, long, productive life. I want everyone to contribute and to get something out of their life, to have purpose. That's what this is all about. You could just wake up and exist, barely, or you can design a life and have purpose. And I think as the cards shuffle, and I look at the circle of life, and I look at I've got one grandparent still alive. She's 99 years old. I've lost some aunts, some uncles, and we've all lost people, and I just want to spend more time being happy, creating happiness. And I don't even know if I have a point, to be quite honest, other than live your life, design a life, because I think I really feel all of us, for the most part, most of the time, take life for granted. We spend too much time being annoyed, being depressed, being pissed off, being angry over, I can hear cars on Michigan Avenue behind me, honking. And I've almost had a realization lately where I'm really it's not like a weird awakening and 2 days later I forget about it. This has been going on for several weeks now, where I just don't feel that there's time for that. I really do. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna nail it 100% because I know that I won't. But I can tell you, I've been a lot happier lately. I've been making others around me a lot happier because I just refuse to get caught up in the negativity, the gossips. I mean, you should see me. I'll give you an example at work. Most people, when they go to work, they're kind of miserable. I can get people on the show to verify, like, I am a nut. Yesterday, I took a rolling chair through the entire office. It's a big office, hardwood floors, and I was acting like I was going on a canoe, and I did it through the entire office, and people were laughing. Just like joking around, having fun. Again, I don't even know. I just felt compelled to do this, so I hope, even though I don't necessarily have a point, I hope somehow, some way, that people are getting a message out of what I'm saying right now, because life is too important. It's too precious. We have to live, and we have to live abundantly and not just exist. So I really encourage you. I have big goals, I have small goals, I'm always working towards goals. I can honestly say there was a point in my life where if I look at where I was, overweight, broke, poor, really, I mean, literally poor in certain terms, in many ways, financially, relationship-wise, health, and then turning it all around and then excelling, and the big things are yet to come. So I guess another point is you don't ever have to get old. You could slow down aging. I will be bringing that up on an upcoming episode, but you can slow down aging, and in some ways actually even reverse aging. You can have abundant energy. You don't have to be tired all the time. You don't have to be miserable all the time. You don't have to be complaining all the time. Those are choices. You can choose to be happy and pursue happiness and things that make you happy. Or you can choose to be miserable, have your mindset and your focus on things that make you miserable, and then keep diving into that world. Look, they both lead to this. They both lead to one day you will die. Do you want to look back on your life and just say, all I did was complain, I was miserable? Or do you want to create something? Do you want to leave a legacy behind? Do you want... It bothers me when I see people not living to their full potential. It doesn't mean you have to be a nut every day and run a marathon every day. But I really feel like at any age, at 90, you should be setting goals. I really do feel that way. I honestly do. I look back before, it's almost like no surprise that I was able to create success in my life. What I mean is I look back when I have I don't even know what I call it, a memory box, I guess. It's this big box. And since I was no joke, 5 years old, I still have things in there, like pictures that I drew, comic books that I drew, that I wrote, stories that I wrote. Just some things are random things, but they just bring back memories. I'm very sentimental, so I have a lot of sentimental things in that box. And I even, going back to elementary school, I remember writing down goals. And some of them were, 5-year-old type goals. But that's something I could definitely say I've carried with me my entire life. And then the evolution started to begin. Because I guess even at a young age, somehow, I don't even know where that came from, because no one else in my family that I know of actually does things like that. And I've kind of always done that. And I will always do that. Just like I will always exercise at some level. And if I'm 90 years old and maybe I can't run 7 miles a day. I'm not saying that I can't. Maybe I will be able to. But let's say physically, whatever the case is, I will do something. If I'm somehow, some way, someday confined to a wheelchair, I will still find somehow, some way to exercise every single day. Whatever that is. But I will adapt, I will overcome. If you want to create success, you have to be flexible. You have to figure out what's working, what's not working. And you have to pursue, you have to learn, you have to make mistakes, you have to get out there and fail. And that sometimes the people who create the biggest success in this world, they've failed by far more than the average person. So get out there and fail and be okay with it. And then, I guess in a weird way, be hard on yourself, but at the same time, don't be too hard on yourself. Learn from your mistakes. Learn what worked. Change your approach. Try it again. If it didn't work, don't do the exact same thing, A, B, C, and expect a different result. We all know that is the definition of insanity. If it doesn't work, adjust. Try again. If that doesn't work, adjust. Try again. If that doesn't work, adjust. Try again. You have to be committed to the cause. Life is too precious to just exist in misery. You don't have to. You can find happiness in doing dishes if you shake your butt and you sing and you act like a nut. There's always going to be things we don't want to do. Always. There's always going to be something we don't want to do. But it doesn't mean you have to be miserable doing it. You can find happiness, you can find ways to create happiness, laughter, fun, in just about any situation. Yeah, some things do suck. Some things are terrible. I was talking to my daughter kind of along these lines last night. Now keep in mind, my daughter's 8. And kind of, different, but along the same lines. And she said, yeah, but Dad, what if someone dies? And I said, yeah, I understand that. There's going to be times where you need to be down. You need to cry. You need to feel miserable. There are exceptions. I'm not talking about 100% of the time. And allow yourself that pain when it's time. What I'm saying is, yeah, be hurt when you lose someone in your life. Embrace that pain, feel it, cry. But don't get pissed off when someone cuts you off in traffic. See what I'm saying? Yeah, allow this. Just shake this one off. See what I mean? Don't let everything make you miserable. I truly know some people that they live in misery constantly. Every little thing irks them, makes them upset, makes them mad, complaining. Don't be that person. And if you are that person, you're choosing to be it. So acknowledge it first. I'm choosing my misery. And then now say, I no longer choose to play victim every single time something happens. Ask yourself questions. What's funny about this situation? What can I do to improve the situation? Sometimes, yes, whatever, you're carrying a bag of groceries, the bottom of the bag falls out and spills all over. Yeah, you could get upset, but it happened. It already happened, whether you're upset, whether you're happy. So instead of getting upset, all the food's on the ground, what's funny about it? Well, if it happened to someone else and I was watching someone else carrying groceries and the bottom fell out and all the groceries fell on the ground, I'd probably be laughing. So laugh at that. Find things to make you laugh. What's funny in the situation? Ask better questions, produce better results, and by God, live your life. Live. It's too precious, man. This is our garage. This body is a garage. For our energy, for our soul, whatever you believe in, whatever you think, this energy transforms one day. And this shell, that's all it is. It's just a garage. Don't take life too seriously. Pursue happiness, create big goals. Listen, here's another thing too. Set your goals here, man. Set them high and go for it. Maybe you won't reach this, but if you started here and you're aiming here, maybe you'll end up here. Isn't this better than here? So even if you don't quite hit here, like I have goals here. In fact, I got goals way out of camera range. Most of them, realistically, I probably won't achieve. But I can tell you one thing for a fact. From starting here, I'm certainly hell of a lot higher than I used to be. You can be you can be too. See, that was funny. I messed up. I don't edit. I just go for it. So I hope you got something out of this. And I hope you apply it to your life. It's up to you to make the changes.
Why aren't you subscribed to the Scott Ford Show?
Oh yeah, why am I not? Oh, yep, there it is. Right on.
Daddy, Daddy, you're so awesome. Daddy, Daddy, you're so cool. Yeah! I love you, Dad.